DreAllDay.com.
Brought to you by the Bulletproof Bundle, the 4 best mental game books written by Dre Baldwin at DreAllDay.com. Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. Today's topic is how smart people can be stupid. How can you be really smart? Went to school, you got yourself a degree, you graduated, you got a diploma, you might read a whole lot of books. How can somebody be really smart but also be stupid at the same time? There is a way, and I'm going to tell you what that is. So all you smart, educated, well-read people, intelligent, intellectuals, check yourself for these points here, because I find this happens with people. The smarter, quote-unquote smarter they become, that they can also make themselves even more stupid at the same time. So check yourself for what I'm going to tell you here today in this video. Number one, smart people. And when I say smart people, I mean people who are well-read. They go to seminars, they go to lectures, they went to school, they got degrees and all these things. That's what I say when I mean smart people. Smart people can sometimes think that everything there is to know has already been taught to them through their schooling, through their books, and through the people that they know. This is 100% false information. Understand that every single day, knowledge is changing. There was a story I once heard about Albert Einstein. He was a professor. I didn't know he was a teacher, but Albert Einstein was teaching a class, and he taught these classes of students, and he gave them a test at the end of the year. And then the next year, he was teaching the same students, but at a higher level, and he gave them the exact same test again next year. And his teaching assistant said to him, "Mr. Einstein, why are you giving the exact same test to the same students 2 years in a row?" And Albert Einstein said, "The reason I'm giving the same test 2 years in a row is because the answers changed. See, the answers that were right last year are not right this year. So they got to have advanced their knowledge. They have to have evolved in their knowledge." So a smart person sometimes thinks that, okay, I went to this school, I read these books, I know these people, I know what there is to know, and anybody presenting anything that does not go with what I already know, it must be wrong or it must not be relevant. That's an absolute wrong way to think, and that's the way that a smart person can become stupid. So don't think that what you know already is all there is to know of knowledge. Knowledge is always changing. What you know to be true today may be false tomorrow. What doesn't matter today may matter a whole lot tomorrow, and what does matter today may be completely irrelevant tomorrow. So don't think what you know is all there is to know. Number two, people who are smart, well-read, intelligent, educated, they sometimes believe, actually not sometimes, often, they believe that people who didn't go to school, who don't read a lot, and may not have as much sophistication and education as they have, must be stupid, must not know anything, must not be useful at all in terms of their intelligence, in terms of their intellect. This is absolutely wrong. Or it's somebody who makes less money than them, doesn't drive as nice a car, doesn't live in as nice a place, doesn't hang in as nice circles, may not have any knowledge or any information that could possibly help them. I'm gonna tell you, the first product that I ever created was this thing called Hoop Handbook. For those of y'all who play ball, some of y'all may know about this. This is back in 2010. The idea that I got for doing Hoop Handbook came from a random person leaving a comment in a YouTube video. And that's one of the reasons, well, I can't say it's one of the reasons, because I always would read and reply to my comments, even from when I first started back in like 2006. But I've always read and replied to comments, even from people who I know don't know as much as me on a certain subject, or people who try to debate me on a topic that I talk about in the video, or people who want to try to tell me, yo, you did this drill the wrong way, or this thing. Even when people don't even know what they're talking about, I still read the comments. I don't reply to every comment, but I still read the comments, because you never know what you're going to read in there. And if somebody has at least invested the energy to listen to what I'm saying and have something to say about it, they may say something. It may be a little seed of something. They could write a whole paragraph, but it might be 2 words in there that I could use that could lead to my next idea or my next business. Now, I don't do that with every comment everywhere in the world, because a lot of them ain't worth anything, but with this at least, I do look at it, because you never know where you get that next idea from. You got to keep your mind open to these things. So never fool yourself into believing just because somebody doesn't have what you have, or they haven't done what you've done, or they're not as educated or as advanced as you in any area. Don't think that you couldn't learn anything from them, or that they couldn't possibly know something that you don't know. Because listen, everybody has their own unique experience, and some experience that you think has nothing to do with anything you do could be the seed, the key to your next great idea. But you got to be open enough to listen to what that other person has to say. Point number 3, when you become a really educated, well-read person, sometimes you train yourself to turn off your instincts. You stop listening to that small voice inside of you. Stop listening to your instincts simply because you're like, all right, my intellect, my knowledge, what's up here in my brain has to know everything. So anything that happens, let me file through my knowledge, all this knowledge, all these things that I know, all these books that I read, all these classes that I took, There has to be an answer to resolve this situation somewhere up there, when it's actually your instinct, not your conscious thought, but your unconscious thought that has the answer. But you can't hear your unconscious thought if you believe that you know everything there is possibly to know in your conscious mind, things that you've actually put in there on purpose. Your instincts never tell you a lie. Your instincts always steer you correctly, because they're coming from your innermost feelings. They're coming from the innermost, most animalistic area of us being human beings. The stuff that was around, the wiring that we had, that has nothing to do with what we learn or what anybody outside of ourselves teaches us. And sometimes people train themselves, condition themselves, they decondition themselves to not listen to their instincts, because they have so much conscious thought and knowledge going on in their minds. So make sure, you smart people, you college grads, you book readers, make sure you don't become so smart that you stop listening to your instincts, because then you're going to find yourself going against what you should be going with, and it's going to put you in a bad spot. And then only later, after the fact, you're going to be like, damn, I should have listened to myself, or I should have tried to listen to myself and turned off all this conscious thinking. So these are ways that a smart person can become stupid. So all you smart people out there, you can thank me later for this video once you realize, once you get out of your conscious thinking, then you realize that I was right. Work on your game. DreAllDay.com.